we have Kathleen Bradley in the building, most known for her role as Miss Parker from the movie Friday. But you actually have a very interesting story outside of that. So I want to get into the whole background of who you are.
Exactly.
So let's go ahead and get started. So you were born in Ohio.
Yeah. Ohio. Ohio. Great place to be from. I'm telling you. I had a wonderful, good childhood there. I'm actually from a place called Girard. It's near a place called Youngstown, which Youngstown used to be known as Bombtown, USA. A lot of mafioso there, which was very exciting. And when I was growing up, I was always really inspired to be an entertainer. I always wanted to have an acting career. And it really worked out for me that everything was just divine in terms of family and the people who were supporting me. And I really, in my high school and grade school, I was, doing different shows and entertaining, and even at home and standing on the little toy box, entertaining with my brother. And, it was a lot of fun. So entertainment has always been in my blood. And that's something that I've always wanted to do. And, as it would have it, like I said, I did different shows in high school and what have you. And in 1971, I came to California, the land of milk and honey and dreams of Hollywood and all that stuff. And I happened to, get into pageantry. And really, I was doing an interview not too long ago, a couple of days ago, and by being a part of the pageantry, and I tell young ladies, it really helps to have exposure, to be able to meet people and go to another level when you're involved in some type of activity such as that, But things have changed so very much now, obviously, with having contact with people and having people contact you or having, to be seen. Back then, we didn't have cell phones and all that, honey, but it did help. And it landed me into some really great positions in life. One being that, first of all, I was Miss Hot Pants. Hot pants, hot pants, and I was Miss Fine Brown Frame. Can you believe it? They were having all those contests going on back there, but that was true. And then I did enter actually in the Miss Black California contest. And that's the one that really helped me put me over the top on the map, as so to speak, because the owner of Mavericks Flats. Have you ever gone to Mavericks Flats? Are you from here?
I'm from here, but I've never been to Mavericks Flat.
But you've heard of Mavericks
Flat. I've heard of it. I've never been there.
Right. And we just celebrated the 50th anniversary of Mavericks Flats like a couple of years ago. And everybody would go there. And it's considered the West Coast Apollo because a lot of actors and entertainers started out there. The Whispers, Chaka Khan's been through there, Richard Pryor, all the athletes, Jim Brown and Pam Grier would come through there. The Commodores, Howard Hewitt. Oh my God, you name it. They were there. Funkadelic. And so when I was in the pageant, it was there at Mavericks Flat. John Daniels got a group together of females, 7 women. 7 girls called the Love Machine. So 7 girls, and then we actually had an 8-piece band, people. All you guys and people out there nowadays have your little tracks and stuff. We actually had a real band, a 5-piece rhythm section and 3 horns. And we traveled all throughout Europe, Italy, Germany, Spain, Belgium, Sweden, Switzerland, Africa, Asia. France was our second home. Our first gig that we ever had and left the States was in Saint-Tropez, the south of France. It was such a wonderful experience, and I even actually had the opportunity to go to Vietnam in the 70s as Miss Black California with the Black Miss America tour. And that in itself was so rewarding, something I will never, ever forget. And we actually had an opportunity to get with Motown Records. We are Motown record recording artists. We worked with Norman Whitfield. Stevie Wonder recorded us. And the real kicker, you know the song, I'm just a love machine and I won't work for nobody but you. Ooh, yeah. You know, that song was written for us, for the Love Machine. We worked with the Miracles. That's right when Smokey Robinson left the group and Billy Griffin came on, and he and Pete Moore knew us because we worked with them. And they said, they wrote a song just for us. And they told Suzanne DePass, who was with Motown, Suzanne, the Love Machine, this would be a great song for the girls. So what happened was, you know what? They did it themselves. Suzanne said, you guys need to do that song yourself. And the rest is history. And we were so hurt and so bad, felt so bad after we heard it and knowing that it was for us. That would have been a great time and the best time in life to be a one-hit wonder.
Okay, so you were actually signed to Motown.
Yes, we were.
Okay, any crazy stories around Motown, Berry Gordy? I mean, was Michael Jackson there during that time?
Oh, well, yeah, the Jacksons were there. That was like, let me say, in 70, must have been like 74, I will say, we were with Motown. The Jacksons were there. I mean, we worked with Howard Davis, like I said, Norman Whitfield, Stevie Wonder. We were in full throttle with Motown at that time. Berry Gordy and Fuller Gordy and you name it. But we were still doing a lot of work outside of the United States because, you know, it was still, even though we were with Motown, if you didn't have a hit record and it was difficult in the States, but being in Europe was just a wonderful, absolutely great place to be performing. People loved us there. And, you know, as close as we knew Don Cornelius and Dick Griffey and everybody, the Love Machine just couldn't get on Soul Train. That was one of our big regrets. And our manager, John Daniels, was like this with Don Cornelius, but you just had to have a hit song to be on there. So that always takes me back to, had we known that the Miracles wrote that song, The Love Machine, for us, or had we had a hit song, we you know, like I said, you know, there's a lot of groups that had a one-hit wonder. At this point, we wouldn't have mind to be one. But there's a lot of videos out there. People can actually go on YouTube and look and see The Love Machine with Kathleen Bradley. And we did several big TV shows in Paris and Germany and France that have been taped. And thank God now, over the years, we're able to go back and kind of get some of that stuff and look at it. Whereas before, you know, because you don't have the cameras, you don't have the videotapes like we have now, that we weren't able to take a lot of photos and videos and have the privilege of doing things on the spare of the moment to tape and have for memories. But there's a lot of good memories that we have that some people have captured